Want to switch gears and talk about safe driving habits, because we know that distracted driving kills more than 10,000 people a year in the country, injuring over 1 million more. And that actually translates to quite a financial toll, nearly $100 billion each year. Jon Wey at State Farm Insurance joining us now. Wow. We want to talk about sticker shock. $100 billion. What's the problem here, John? Can John hear me? All right, we are working to get our audio up. We can see him. John, can you hear me?
Hey, Carlene, good morning.
Hey, John, it's Jane. So I just talked about distracted driving killing 10,000 people. It's costing $100 billion annually as those accidents and fatalities translate to a real financial loss as well. What is the problem here with distracted driving?
Hey, good morning, Jane. Sorry for the audio issue there momentarily.
Okay.
Great to be with you today and certainly appreciate your time. You know, off the top, maybe I'll lead with this and I'll offer all of us a little bit of grace here. The fact that we're all so distracted is to a degree not our fault. It's kind of the condition that we've learned to live in, right? At work, we're seemingly always connected to our email or our instant message or however we're corresponding with our bosses. Kind of work from home and hybrid realities have blurred the lines between work and personal life, and a good many of us spend a fair portion of our evening engaging with our cell phones doing any number of things. And you know, in a vacuum, these are not bad things. These are great things. This is how we live our lives. But part of that hard reality there, Jane, is that we then take those distractions with us into the automobile. And we know that distracted drivers are dangerous drivers. And we also know that the ways in which we're talking about this as a society right now aren't getting to the results that we want. We're still seeing nearly 3,200 deaths a year as a result of distracted driving. So how can we as a company, how can we as a people start to think about our opportunity and obligation when we're behind the wheel a little bit differently?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there are a lot of the research showing a large percentage of young drivers involved with looking at their phone, distracted driving, but really a lot of folks under 40 and even under, 50, we need to look at the GPS, like you said, all of the things the tools that help us in the car are also causing some of these terrible statistics. What can people do?
Yeah, Jane, you're right. And truthfully, I most routinely go to thinking about the cell phone as the problem. And I think most of us, when we drive down the roads these days, probably identify the cell phone as the problem most readily because we can see our friends and neighbors driving with the phone up in front of them. But it's not just the cell phone. I think we should be more actively thinking about distraction across the spectrum. So eating in the vehicle, which a good many of us do. We're all very busy and we don't have time to sit down and eat. Eating can be a distracted. We know that a number of folks that are engaging in that way. Talking to our kids or yelling at our kids, as the case may be, can be a distraction. And so I want to be clear that it's not just the cell phone that's the culprit, but it certainly is a primary culprit. We know that 34% of us admit to manually dialing cell phones while we're in the car. Almost 40% of us admit to reading or sending text messages. And perhaps most alarmingly, 1 out of 5 of us admit to reading or sending emails when we're behind the wheel, none of which are particularly safe behaviors, and certainly behaviors that we would like to see folks engage in less.
Yeah, I see on the list here, applying makeup, shaving even. Oh my, daydreaming.
Stuff, right?
Oh my goodness. And really, 2 seconds is the number that it doesn't sound like a lot, but what kind of trouble can we get in 2 seconds?
Jane, I'm so glad you said it, and I'll underscore it. And if your viewers take away only one number, take that one away. 2 seconds. 2 seconds doubles your risk of being in an accident. If you look away for a mere 2 seconds to adjust the radio or read that text message or holler at your child, 2 seconds is all it takes to double your risk. That is an impressive and impactful number. And I'll give you one more, Jane, for maybe some of our sports fans out there. It takes roughly 5 seconds to read the average text message. It also takes about 5 seconds to drive the length of a football field going 55 miles an hour. And so if you correlate the act of looking away from the road to check your text message and think about that as though you're driving down a football field with a blindfold on or with your eyes closed, I think that starts to make the risks feel a little bit more real than it would otherwise. And so again, not here to scare, and certainly primarily here to encourage us to think about the opportunity differently, but the statistics are very real and they're very concerning.
All right, let's talk about a campaign. You used to be kind of fear and consequences, right?
Yep.
As we are not fear mongers, and like you said, you don't want to instill fear and just encourage folks. What is the message then these days?
Yeah, Jane, the message is truly, let's not view attentive driving as an obligation, but let's view that as an opportunity, and really an opportunity to reconnect with ourselves and to disconnect from all of the distractions that surround our daily lives. We're trying to think about this and talk about this as more of a wellness initiative and wellness activity, that if we do this properly and really leverage the opportunity that we've been given when we're behind the wheel, it is truly that. Jane, back to where we started. We are constantly bombarded with distraction and connectivity, and the vehicle offers us a very unique opportunity to shut all of that down. Just quick. One of my favorite times of the day these days is when I get in my truck in the morning to go to work. And it's because when I slam that truck door shut, I sit there in pure silence for a couple of minutes, just soaking in the silence and realizing that there is no noise from my children or from my wife or from the dogs who I love. And I'm very excited to help get up and get ready for school. But there's something beautiful about having that moment of silence in the vehicle. And there's something even more impactful about realizing that moment of connectivity, of focus, can persist throughout the length of that drive if we make that a focus, if we are intentional about not allowing those distractions to enter back into our purview. And I'm trying to role model that behavior now. Jane, I think all of us that have children, that have little passengers that are watching us from the time that they're 5 years old to the time they take their place behind the wheel, they're learning. They're learning our behaviors. They're learning what to do and what not to do. And I think if we all lean into this opportunity to view attentive driving as a wellness activity to recenter ourselves, our younger generation will start to take note as well.
I gotta say, John, I'm with you. I love it. Being surrounded by TVs and news and so many feeds during the day. I've told Carlene many times, actually, when I get into my car at the end of the day, it is a cone of silence. And I need like zero noise at that moment. And I
it's
just
awesome,
kind of,
isn't it? Right? Like, where else can you get that these days?
Yeah, being one with the road. Just concentrate on the drive. All right.
I love it.
We love it. The wellness activity of attentive driving. Well done, John. Let's get those numbers in the right direction and be present with our
Thanks,
loved ones
Jane.
and the road. Thank you, John, for the time.
Appreciate your time, and for all your viewers, please head out to statefarm.com. Check out our Simple Insights page. We've got a lot more content about distracted driving, not only the stats and the figures, but also some helpful tips for how to do better.
All right. Sounds great. John, thanks again.
Thanks, Jane.